Guys, welcome to this video, and today I'm going to share 5 keys that are going to help us to break out of the spirit of poverty. So if you are new here, please like, subscribe and share. So today I want to talk about 5 principles of giving, and these principles, they are going to help us to break out of spirit of poverty in our lives, that we may enter into abundance and into the wealth of the Lord. The Bible says that the blessings of the Lord, they come with riches, and they bring no sorrow with them. So in today's teaching, I'm going to look at the first principles of giving, and it comes from the book of Malachi chapter 3 verses 10. And in this teaching, it talks about testing God and God testing us. And Malachi chapter 3 verses 10 goes like this: "Bring all your tithes to me and test me, that I may bless you and open the floodgates of heaven, that you may have blessings and abundance in your lives." In this teaching, God is testing us first if we are able to give out of our possession, out of our wealth. And after doing that, after being faithful in giving, God is able to give us more than what we gave. And a story in the book of Genesis, when Abraham was tested by God, if he was able to give back what God had given him, God tested Abraham and found that Abraham was faithful, because Abraham was willing to give out what he had been given by God. And I'm talking about Isaac. God talked to Abraham and tested him if he could be able to offer his son Isaac to him as a sacrifice. And Abraham agreed and decided to do what the Lord had told him. But before Abraham could finish the sacrifice, God appeared to him and made a promise with him and blessed him. And this brings us to the end of the first principles, which is about God testing us first so that we may test him. And if we have passed the testing of God, we are able to test him if he can be able to bless us. That's about the first principle, and I'm going to talk about the second principle. So if you have not gotten the first part, maybe you can go back to the video and understand how God tests us first before us testing him. So the second principle, I'm going to talk about the book of Proverbs chapter 11 verses 24. And this principle, it talks about he who scatters shall be blessed, and he who withholds shall tend to poverty. So this proverb, it talks about someone who gives. If you are able to give freely without withholding or without having any grudge in your heart, God is able to bless you because you have activated this principle of giving, and you are able to suffer the consequences of it. So if you are able to give, you are able to receive, just like the Bible says. But if you keep your possession to yourself, it will lead to poverty, because the Bible talks about the same thing. And many times when we decide to keep our possession to ourselves, they tend to poverty because it's against the principle of God. And also it's about fear or stinginess, because the Bible speaks against this, and this is not the will of God to us. So whenever God has blessed us, we are not supposed to withhold whatever blessings that the Lord has given us, but we are supposed to give them back to those who are in need, because that's the intention of God of blessing us. So the third principle of giving, I'm going to talk about Proverbs chapter 3 verses 9 to 10. And this book, it speaks about honoring the Lord with our possessions. Many a times when we give, we may be giving out of pity, or even be giving something which is not of honor. Maybe we may be giving our balances, our change, something which is not of honor and something which does not look pleasing in the eyes. But God tells us that we should give the first fruits of our possession. And the first fruit, I believe, is something that looks good, something that is of abundance, and something that is well pleasing in the eye. So if you are able to give something that is pleasant to the Lord, something that is honorable, God is able to increase us and increase our blessings, his blessings to us. That's the end of the third principle, and I'm going to talk about the fourth principle, which comes from the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 9 verses 7. This principle talks about giving with cheer. So how do we give with cheer, even knowing that when we give, we are losing? So I'm going to change this mindset. When we give, we are not losing, but we are creating a way for God to provide for us. So whenever you are giving, don't give with the mindset that you are losing, but give with the mindset that God is going to bless you because you have done according to His will. So whenever you give, you should be giving with cheer and should be grateful because you are creating a way for God to bless you just by activating this principle of giving. So the fifth principle, we're going to talk about Luke chapter 6 verses 38, and talks about giving abundantly. And giving with the measure that we are giving with is the measure that we will receive. So whenever you are giving, you should not be afraid of giving more, because when you give little, you should expect little, but when you give more, you should expect more to be given to you. And that's what the Bible says, that when we give more, when we give in abundance, we should receive abundance that will overflow. So therefore, coming to the end of this video, I'll urge every one of us to be giving freely, because the Bible says that freely we have received and freely we should give. So therefore, I'll urge every one of us to give without any expectation, because when we give, we unlock the blessings of the Lord that's upon those who give, and those who give, they shall receive from the Lord. Thank you for watching, and make sure that you have subscribed, you have liked, and you have shared to your friends, that it may be of use and benefit to them also. Thank you so much.